Expanded learning, in my mind, it's about being much more intentional about diving into learning. To solve problems, to use skills, test ideas, and to really do the hands-on work that teachers wish they had time for.
All of the food that's grown here, we take to market.
They need extra time in the day to discover their passions, to explore the world around them, to spend time with their friends, problem solving, engaged in team efforts, and really testing the skills that they learned during the school day and from their family and parents.
What do you guys think? It's 4:49.
What we really need to do is take the best of the after-school field and bring it together with the educational field and create a rich learning environment where youth are wanting to learn all day in different ways, in and out of the classroom.
It's engaging families.
When it's brought at this level, at the district level, and it becomes systematic, it's sustainable. Everyone understands what the goals are. It's also important for accountability. There has to be an accountability on our part to ensure that what we are doing for students actually is results driven.
Well, one of the fundamental thought processes that even when we met last time was the stewardship.
Right.
So I think
Planning is absolutely essential if you're going to actually identify some main ideas and skills that you want kids to learn in a defined period of time.
Narragansett Bay and how do we, how are we good stewards?
Yep. Or even what are the relationships between humans and Narragansett Bay?
Right.
How can I become
A big citizen.
Irresponsible. Yeah, I like that word, responsible.
I think the important thing to realize for community educators is that it's not about replicating what's going on in the classroom, not focusing on core content in the same way, but giving young people an opportunity to practice what they're learning in the classroom, as well as building and developing and supporting those key academic skills.
What are we looking at? No. Regular weather. Yeah, that's a little bit of plankton.
There are two types of plankton, and what are they?
I worked with Save the Bay, and the lead educator was just superb in the way she brought it all together for us.
So what is our reading for the top of the water?
So the use that we had this summer left us really with a good knowledge of what, for example, salinity was and density was, brackish water, where they would get to hear about it in the classroom, but the fact that they actually went out and took water quality samples and they took them from different parts of the bay and they were able to actually do the work themselves, I think they took away a greater understanding of those basic concepts that would just be normally taught in the classroom.
They had this knowledge from the word list, going to the beach, looking at the water, feeling it. Many of the kids tasted it and connected to the word list. It's brackish. Well, that's what we said before we got here. So again,
One of the big questions I get as a math teacher is when we do, a lot of the basic algebra and why do I have to learn this? I'm never gonna use this. And in our group, they calculated how many gallons of water fell in a couple of rainstorms that we had on the city of Providence. So they had to calculate through, without use of a calculator, into millions. And they were stunned by the numbers, but also by how easy it was to get there. They were using scientific notation, but I didn't introduce it and say, okay, we're going to use scientific notation.
And what color is chlorophyll?
You could talk about careers, what people had to know, what kind of education they needed. And those are all opportunities that if we could work more into the day-to-day curriculum that we deal with, it's more reality for the kids. It's something they can latch on to and say, okay, yeah, I may need this math.
The fact that they weren't confined to one chair in a classroom and they were able to self-guide themselves too and find their passion in what we were doing and take that interest and explore it even further really gave them an opportunity to take ownership of the material that they were learning.
I've seen some really good teaching this summer without having it look like teaching.
It was a perfect example of community organizations and teachers and school departments working together really with the child's best interest at heart.
Just because a child can't learn in a certain type of venue, that doesn't mean that that child can't be productive and contributing in a different one.
They could go through it and then go to their spawning grounds to make babies.
Expanded learning is essential. I don't think it's something that's an add-on. I don't think it's something that is a luxury. I think it's absolutely essential for us to have those opportunities, not just this district, but for districts around the country.
So what else did you see at the Eco House?
We're very fortunate at the Providence After School Alliance to have over 60 community educators that are involved in our programming. And when I'm with them, I learn something new every day because of the passion they have for their field, be it ceramics, be it filmmaking, be it welding, or be it science and environment. And they have figured out what skills they need to do to get there. And they're so generous in wanting to share that. So I think when we engage them in our after-school and expanded learning programming, we're going to get a better educational product for our youth.